Steve, well, the story behind the poem is a collection of poems dealing with everything from the joys of motherhood to the pain of losing a baby to the realities of marriage. It's out just in time for Mother's Day, and the woman behind it all, Allentown author Amy Oselkin, joins me now to tell us. We're so great to finally meet you.
Thank you. This is so exciting.
I'm being here. We're so excited to have you. So we were just gabbing because I know you work at QVC. You've worked in journalism. You've done TV work. Tell me about how you made the transition to writing.
So I've really been writing my whole life. I was an editor before, and I was writing kind of celebrity stories, which was very fun. But I've written poems my whole life, and it's just been a passion. So anytime something big happens, I kind of, even if it's like in a gas station parking lot, I'm like, oh, and I just kind of jot something
go to town.
Yes.
Yeah. Now, why poetry? Why are poems so appealing to you?
I love just the fluidity. It's kind of like writing a song, and when you know, with motherhood, there's so many things we were just talking that happens in a day. And sometimes, like, you just need an outlet to write it out.
Yeah, what a great outlet. Now, tell me about this book. I know I was reading in the foreword, the idea came from your husband, right?
Yes.
Okay.
My husband, Martin, has always been like my biggest fan. Anytime I write something, he's the first person I read it to. So a few years ago, he said, you should really collect all the poems, especially those about motherhood and parenting and pregnancy and marriage, and put them together. So after every poem is a story about why I wrote it and what was going on at the time. And then I included a family photo and from that time period and a little caption. So it's almost like a photo album, but with poetry.
Yeah, we're looking at your adorable family now, by the way. Yeah, so the format's really unique, really cool, really easy to read. And why share these personal stories, Amy? Why did you want to share them with the world?
I just think, especially for me, it was healing and it was an outlet to connect. I think as women, we go through so many phases. We go through creating our family. There's no right way. There's no one way. And I think by putting everything down, for me, it was healing. There's really fun poems about like what it's like to change a diaper and watch your kid grow up and take a nap and like, oh my gosh, are they ever going to go to sleep? Like there's so many of those in there. But there's also hard parts. I talk about at 17 weeks pregnant, I had my first miscarriage, and it was, thank you, it was hard. But as I've sort of been promoting this book and meeting women who have read it, one lovely person just said she keeps it by her nightstand because it sort of puts into words what she was feeling. And so for me, this has been so healing, but it's also been a way to connect.
Yeah, it's so great. Excuse me, I just have something in my throat. And it's about more than motherhood, we should mention, right?
So it's also about pregnancy, it's about sharing, but it's also about marriage, because that's like a big part of my life, is sort of navigating when you're going through something really personal. How do you sort of share it with someone who's there in your support system? So yeah, it's just a collection of kind of things that a lot of women can relate to.
Yeah, and it's nice to know when you go through those highs and lows that somebody else has gone through them also, you know?
It's so true.
To feel that support. Who should read it? Who do you recommend?
Especially in light of Mother's Day. Thank you so much for having me at this time. I really do. Think this is for moms, it's for sisters, but it's also for a friend whose friend maybe went through something hard and there aren't really words to say like, hey, you know, how are you doing? This is a great gift for someone who, a mother, like if their daughter just found out that she's pregnant, and like this will be such a
sweet gift.
Like such a cute gift. So it's really for moms and sisters and friends.
Yeah, and we should mention you have a big book signing coming up, right?
Yes.
In June 24th, right?
In Oselkin, Barnes & Noble. Such a cute little area from 4 to 6. Please come, because it's the books. This I'm a little more comfortable with, but the book signing is different. So I genuinely love meeting people who will read it.
Yeah, in a fun way. Folks will love meeting you. And what do you hope people take away from the book, Amy?
Well, I think that as women, especially in this day and age, we're super hard on ourselves. And I think I'd love people to take away some grace, have some compassion for yourself. By reading this, I just hope they feel less alone, that there's someone in their corner who's maybe not gone through the same thing, but a similar thing. So they just feel supported.
Well, it's a beautiful book. Congratulations. Thank you for sharing your story with all of us. And people can get it where books are sold?
Yes, Amazon. Barnes & Noble, my website.
Yeah, okay. Support our local mom, Amy, and get this book just in time for Mother's Day. Thanks so much. Great to have you here. And we'll be right back after this. Stay with us.